Part 3, everybody's favorite, 8-point plank. Let's get into it. GC, go ahead and bring your elbows so they're just in front of the shoulders. Very important in the setup, guys. Elbows are in front of the shoulders, fingertips are down. His legs are hip width apart, the toes are under the heels. I want you to check in that the elbows are in line with the shoulders. They're not way out to the sides, okay? So we want them in front and in line. If the elbows are too far forward, it can be overly challenging and not really get all the benefit. So check in, the elbows are in front of the shoulders. Take your time on the flow here. So we're gonna start by the eyes looking down at the space between the elbows, and then we're gonna pull the nose and throat away from the floor. The breath breathes wide between the shoulders. Exhale, we engage the abdominal. Mid-back, we breathe wide. Exhale, we engage the abdominal. Low back, we breathe wide. Exhale, engage the abdominal. You can stay here and keep breathing, expanding and engaging, or on the next big inhalation in the back of the ribs, you just initiate the hips getting to hover off the floor right there. Good. Pull up off my finger here. Good, good, good. Now we work. Breathe and reach big into the rib cage. If there's a knife right under the center of your chest, you're pulling up and away from it, up and away. Every exhalation, you're engaging the abdominal away from the floor. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Squeeze the knees towards each other. Think about pulling the shoulders down away from the ears as you breathe big into the back ribs for the sky. Engaging the abdominal. One more, really big breath. Breathe it wide for the sky. Exhale, pull the stomach in. With control, let the hips come down. Let the body come down like a wave. Take a moment. So as we go through that 8-point plank, really important, we're expanding the thoracic curve of your spine. Every exhalation, you're engaging that abdominal. We want a very active exhalation. Let's do another plank. Bring the elbows under the chest. They're just in front of the shoulders. Fingertips are down. Legs are hip width apart or slightly wider. Toes are under the heels. You're going to look straight down. Now, we're going to play this drill for a moment. I want everyone, watch GC first and then fall in with us. He looks down at the space between his elbows, and he's going to put his focus on pulling his nose and throat away from the floor. Now relax again. Looking down at the space between the elbows, nose and throat, pull away, back down. Now I want him to isolate. Look down between his elbows, just the nose and throat, reach away. So he's already getting a little bit of activity in the back. This is what we want. Now he's going to breathe big for the sky. Exhale, engage the abdominal. When you're ready, start to follow. You're pulling the nose and throat away, breathing. Like a wave, you're making your way down the spine. You're breathing, making space, maintain it as you engage the abdominal away from the floor. You can stay here. If you're feeling strong and confident, breathe really big into the back of the ribs, hold for a moment, and just hover the hips off the ground. Right there. Breathe and reach, expand and elevate. Exhale, engage the abdominal. If you're feeling strong here, squeeze the elbows to each other, squeeze the knees to each other. Everything pulls towards the belly button. Now, if you're feeling strong, you're like, I want a little bit more ab challenge from this, you're going to give me a big breath in. You're going to pulse the exhale. Focusing intent to the abdominal. Breath into the rib cage. We don't lose the expansion. If you can't maintain expansion here, then you're not ready for that pulsed exhale. Are we keeping the knees and elbows and everything pulling towards center? Last breath, best breath. Breathe as big as possible. Pull the nose and throat off the floor. Slowly like a wave, bring the hips down. Let it all come down. Relax into it for a moment. Whew.